How you doing? What show are we on?
Truth is viral.
The truth is viral, people. So take 2 penicillins and call me in the morning.
Places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Keep this frequency clear.
And now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute. That powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
You're watching The Truth is Viral, the only news program on the internet trusted to deliver the truth since 2008. And now, here's your host, Mr. Bobby Powell.
Welcome back to The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell, and folks, I have been all over Florida in the last week since we last met, and I'm going to show you everything in just a minute. First thing I want to do, though, is remind you that I need to get on Joe Rogan. These 17 congressmen, senators that I've given my video of 2 federal agents attacking the Capitol to don't want to do anything. The mainstream media doesn't want to do anything. Well, let's get me on Joe Rogan, and then 100 million people can hear my story all at once, and then we'll see what they've got to say about it, okay? So go to joerogan.com/contact and tell him about old Bobby Powell in this stunning video that I recorded on January 6th of 2 federal agents attacking the Capitol. Tell him that you would like to get me on his show for a long-form 3-hour interview. Okay, so things worked out just great for me this week. Remember last week, old Dan Bongino called me a liar on national television.
So I heard this guy, this is an individual by the name of Bobby Powell. He was on a podcast. And he's talking about how I'm hiding a tape about January 6th. Guy says something I'm going to prove to you that people go out there and use my name and others to lie to you to get clicks. They lie. I have no idea what this guy's talking about. But then he said, now this is how I can prove to you he's lying. He said, I had a package delivered to his house in Palm City. He signed for him. Well, now I know he's lying. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't live in Palm City. And my office isn't in Palm City either. We're in the office now. Justin, are you in Palm City? Not at the moment. Guy, what about you? Guy says he's also not in Palm City. I don't live in Palm City. I haven't lived in Palm City for years. So how the hell did I sign for a package at a place I don't even live in? I don't live there. I don't know what you're talking about. He's obviously making this stuff up. That's a lie, and an obvious one.
Well, I couldn't let that stand, okay? I promised him that if he did not retract, that I would go to Martin County and I would file a warrant for his arrest, because in the state of Florida, slander is a crime. So, I don't think Dan believed me. The time came for him to apologize, came and went. So, I got in my truck and I went to Martin County, the sheriff's department, and I went in and spoke with a detective about old Dan Bongino calling old Bobby Powell a liar in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Check this out.
Old Dan Bongino thought I was bluffing. Let me tell you something, son. I don't bluff.
When I got inside, the woman at the front desk found out who I was and said, "Hey, the chief wants to see you." I guess old Dan had called him, told him I was on my way. Okay, well, that's cool. Chief never did get to see me. He sent a detective, a real nice young fella, out to talk to me. And we went into his office, and we spent about 20 minutes going over the particulars, and I'm not going to bore you with the whole 9 yards because we've got some fun stuff to get to tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. But I wanted to take just like 2 minutes and share the conversation that I had with this detective. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's that. Okay, so that's the backstory. It's appeared on Newsmax, it's appeared on OAN, it's appeared on the cover of Epic Times magazine. It's they've made 2 documentaries about it. Okay, now I sent this video first to Dan Bongino on June 21st, 2021, and he hasn't published it. Now,
is he required to publish it?
No, he's not required to publish it at all.
Okay, so
but
send this on 6/21.
Right.
And you sent him the video of these 2, UC1 and UC2.
Right.
Okay.
But he's the First Amendment works every which way. He doesn't have to publish anything, but he started getting blowback from his viewers who wanted to know why he hadn't published it.
This is
that's just somebody on the internet.
Okay.
Asking why he hasn't published the video that he's had for over a year now. So he was starting to get a little bit of heat. And he told me, actually he told the entire country, millions of listeners, that I was a liar, that he had never seen this video. Except that was his response to me on Facebook. Please take these ridiculous posts elsewhere.
Okay.
Now, doing a little bit of due diligence, I wanted to make sure that I had proof positive that Dan Bongino had seen this video. I mean, like he said on his radio program, any one of his staffers could have seen it and not told him about it. However,
yeah, I mean, don't typically some of these celebrity people have other people that...
Well, sure they do.
Yeah.
However, I sent a registered letter to his offices in Palm City, and the item was signed for by Dan Bongino. That was last December.
Does he man his office every day?
It's his home. I would imagine he's there every day, yeah. Normally if the intended recipient isn't there, the postal receipt will say it was signed for by an individual at that address.
You know this to be his home?
Yes, I do. Here are his, well, I don't know it to be his home, but I do know that it's his corporate offices. There's the open records request. Here's the address. And he said that on there that he hadn't lived there for years, but he just changed the articles of incorporation. So,
hadn't lived there.
So he's either lying or he's operating under a false business license.
Well, you don't have to live at the place of business.
Well, that's true. But
most people don't live at their place of business.
Right, but his corporation is recorded as being at that address.
Yeah, it doesn't mean his corporation's not there.
And if that address isn't correct, then he's operating illegally. Okay, so like I said, he was a nice young fella, and but he didn't really take anything seriously other than taking a few notes. I didn't get to fill out a police report or anything like that. They just do they glad hand you, like they do. And this is something that I have encountered at the Martin County Sheriff's Department before. My very first story as the editor of the Palm City Mirror was that of Todd Patrick Neely, a young man that had been convicted of attempted rape and attempted murder. The only problem was he didn't do it. He was 20 miles away from the scene of the crime with his family eating dinner at the time. But somehow the prosecutor convinced the judge that Neely stepped outside after dinner for a cigarette and drove like a banshee bat out of hell to his apartment complex and attacked a woman by the name of Linda Zavatke, and then zoomed back to Jensen Beach before his family noticed that he was missing. Okay, yeah, that's just totally illogical on the face of it. So I got involved in it, and it took a year, but and the help of a private investigator hired by Todd Neely's family. But we were eventually able to prove that Martin County State Attorney Peter Neal had hidden exculpatory evidence proving that there was a second suspect, a young boy at the time by the name of Dennis Rather, who had a history of being a peeping Tom and was at the apartment complex at the time in question. But the prosecutor had already charged Neely and didn't want to look like an asshole, so he kept on prosecuting him and won the conviction. Well, by the time I was done with it, the Miami Herald had picked up the story, and the evidence was presented in court by Todd Neely's lawyer, and Todd Neely was freed. His conviction was reversed, and Martin County State Attorney Peter Neal lost his job, eventually lost his license to practice law. Last time I heard, he was spraying Lysol into bowling shoes in Texas somewhere. Okay, so, I'm familiar with the small town politics, and I know how to deal with it too. Last time I had to get the Florida Department of Law Enforcement involved to get some justice. I don't think I'll have to get to it that time. This detective may not have taken my report, but that's okay, because I'm mailing one certified to the state attorney's office, and we'll see what they have to say about it. But did you know that it costs almost $500 to file a civil lawsuit in excess of $100,000? In Martin County, in the 19th Judicial District? Well, I found that out last week. Mr. Dan Bongino may not have cuffs in his future, but I am going to put a hurting on his wallet because he is a liar. He defamed me for no other reason than to cover his own ass. He could have kept his mouth shut, but he didn't. Well, now he's going to learn what it's like to be on Bobby Powell's bad side. Not a place you want to be, kids. So anyway, after I got done at the Martin County Sheriff's Department, I went back to the hotel. And interesting little story. This hotel is just like I said, this is my old stomping ground from when I was a kid. When I was a young 20-something buck, just brand new in the newspaper business. I worked my way through college as a DJ, and well, here I am at Shuckers on Jensen Beach. And boy, we had some fun. I'm here to tell you, old Bobby Powell was rapping and scratching records on 8 Mile in Detroit when Marshall Mathers was still in diapers, and you can believe that, kids. While I'm sitting there by the pool getting a little bit of work done, getting ready to go home, I'm cruising on Truth Social, and I see this little advertisement about a Trump rally, a Fight for Trump protest at Mar-a-Lago on Saturday, August 13th that began at 11 a.m. I said, hey, I'm like 20 miles away. I cannot miss this. So I figured I'd stay a couple more days. Took my fiance, get a nice fish dinner, a couple of fruity drinks, and I spent some time in the spa, just soothing my poor old tired muscles, right? And then we went to this Trump rally, and folks, in 2 minutes, you're going to see everything that I saw. The crowd was 50% or more Hispanic, Spanish-speaking Americans, and people from Latin American countries who were there to support President Trump because they know that this country is descending into a socialist hellhole. And I speak with them. You're going to hear their voices in just 2 minutes. Stand by.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and due to your incredible support, the original My Slippers are almost completely sold out. As a special thank you, I am launching my brand new all-season slippers, slides, and sandals for as low as $29.98. This is a limited time offer, so go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you'll get all my new footwear for as low as $29.98. My all-season slippers are made with my exclusive 4-layer design that you won't find in any other slipper. They're finished with a breathable fabric so you can wear them all year round. And my new slides and sandals are made with patented impact gel, making them ultra comfortable and extremely durable. I guarantee they'll be the most comfortable footwear you'll ever own. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen now to get your very own all-season slippers, slides, and sandals for as low as $29.98 with your promo code. This is an introductory offer and it won't last long, so order now.
And I don't want no one to cry, but tell them if I don't survive, I was born free. I was born free. I was born free. Born free.
Now, I'm standing here today telling you God's truth, speaking in the name of and with the authority of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I am telling you the truth. It was the FBI and not Trump supporters who led the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th.
Like an untamed stallion, if you can't see my heart, you must be blind. You can knock me down and watch me bleed, but you can't keep no chains on me. I was born free. I was born free.
Before we get to the Trump rally, I want to tell you what's coming up in the next segment. Banners for Freedom honored me with a billboard in Times Square. They took some of my video, some of my still pictures, and they put it up on a billboard with my Substack address on it, bobbypowell.substack.com, and it's asking, who are these men? Okay, the FBI doesn't want to find them. Mainstream media doesn't want to talk about them. Politicians don't want to put anything out there until after the midterms. They're keeping their powder dry, right? Well, I don't know what kind of hashtag bullshit that is, but I don't think we should stand for it, kids. So anyway, I spoke with Robert Agee, and he's the man behind Banners for Freedom, and he was telling me all of the miraculous things that have had to happen in order for his I wouldn't call it a business because he's not making money at it, but it's a mission, a holy mission at that, because you know they're raising their banners for our God. So that's in the next segment, right after I take you to Mar-a-Lago, and we spend a little time going back and forth like we're cruising the drag on Gratiot in Detroit, right on a Saturday night, just going back and forth past Donald Trump's house, honking our horns and raising our banners for freedom.
Hey kids, how you doing? Doing something a little crazy tonight, this afternoon. We're going to take a couple of trips around Mar-a-Lago. Seems like a bunch of Patriots, and I'm here to tell you, more than half of them are Spanish speaking. Are down here going back and forth past Mar-a-Lago, showing their support for Donald Trump. And we're going to be a part of it right now, here, you and me. Now, it's very bright out here in Florida, son, kids. I'm telling you, I can hardly see my computer screen now. I'm going to be doing the best I can, so just stick with me, all right? You'll see things as I see them. Now, I am going to start populating this. I want you to, while we're waiting, I want you guys to like, comment, and share. And don't do me like that. Oh, it's a party. It's like a tailgate party in the middle of West Palm Beach. Yeah, baby! Yes, sir. A lot of Cuban speakers or Spanish speakers out here today. The I don't think he's too happy. He's saying the right thing. Doggone. I think he's about 3 sheets to him. F Biden. F Biden. Okay, we're on Truth Social. All the way live. Let's get on Getter and Facebook too.
All right.
Woo-hoo!
Partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Oh, baby. Try not to kill me next time. There's Mar-a-Lago off in the distance, kids.
Now I know y'all be loving this right here. L-I-M-P, Biscuit is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air. Cause if you don't care, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6. Jonesing for your fix of that Limp Biscuit mix. So where the you at, punk? Shut the up and back the up while we this track up.
All the way live on the Truth is Viral on Truth Social. Wave high, everybody! We are live on Truth Social right now. We are live on Truth Social right now. Wave high to the world.
We got the game set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a ring.
And yes, I brought a megaphone.
That rocks and bounce in the mosh pit. Hey ladies, hey fellas, and the people that don't give a all the lovers, all the haters, and all the people that call themselves players. Hot mamas, pimp daddies, and the people rolling up in caddies. Hey rockers, hip hoppers, and everybody all around the world.
Hey, Houston. FBI can suck my dick. Yeah, baby. The whole bus was a drone. Next time, don't let the fence in there, alright? Woohoo! We are live on Truth Social right now. You're watching the Truth is Viral at BobbyPowell.substack.com.
We the people in
little eye candy for the ladies. Look at eye candy.
Wear your mask, take your pills. Now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Dime does it and they call him racist. Fuck Facebook. Fuck Twitter too. In the mainstream media.
I want a Hummer, man.
Fuck
Give me a Hummer.
Yeah, you.
We're gonna find a place to turn around up here.
Like the minimum wage, so it's all the same. It ain't a damn thing changed. You piece of shit. I don't see color. Black lives matter. No shit. But we gotta keep fighting for the right to be free. And every human being
Welcome
doesn't
to
have
Mar-a-Lago,
to agree.
kids.
We all bleed red, brother. Listen to me. It's time for love and unity.
They're waving a terrible traditionalist flag. Don't let them in next time.
Fuck CNN. Fuck TMZ. And you social media trolls, y'all can suck on these nuts.
You're watching the Truth is Viral live on Truth Social. We're live on Truth Social right now, kids. Wave hi and say hi to Devin Nunes and Dan Bongino. Maybe even 45 himself. We are all the way live on Truth Social. Wave hi to the world, kids. You sure are. Say hey. We picked up a trailer.
In order to form.
Alright, baby, let's go.
To ordain and establish this Constitution.
We are all the way live on Truth Social. Wave hi to the kids. Woo! Defund the FBI. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Donald Trump.
Honey, don't make any sudden moves.
You're watching the Truth is Viral live on Truth Social. Wave hi to everybody, kids. This is where all the party is over here on the right side. You're watching the Truth is Viral live on Truth Social. Say hi to everybody, kids. Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon! Gotta keep moving, let's go!
The FBI is assholes. Okay, honey, stop. Thank you for traveling with us, Mr. Trump. We appreciate you being around and for putting your head in that hot-ass mask. Good buddy. That's a hot spot. What do you think, kids? Should we go around again? Folks, I'm not kidding you. I would say about half of these people are Hispanic Americans. All out here to support their president, President Trump. All right, one more time around Mar-a-Lago. Remember, kids, if the stream happens to drop out, come right back. I'm not going to let a little thing like a weak signal or a cell phone jammer stop me. Hey, beautiful, how you doing?
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. During these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. For example, you can get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99 a set. That's a savings of 60% and the lowest price in history. And remember, they're made with the world's best cotton, grown where the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River all meet. They come with my 10-year warranty, and I guarantee they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. So go to mypillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen or call the 1-800 number below to get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99, the lowest price in history. If you do it right now, I'm also going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
Now, I'm standing here today telling you God's truth, speaking in the name of and with the authority of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I am telling you the truth. It was the FBI and not Trump supporters who led the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th.
Get all my stuff set up for the traveling, go walking around, and we're going to be all square, kids. I can't believe it takes networks $250,000 worth of equipment to do this. Hey, I'm getting ready to go talk to some folks. Can I do that? All right. I know that you will. Everything seems to be working properly. Let me just pull the feed up on my cell phone so I can see what's going on. Yeah, they're bugs. There's all kinds of no-see-ums. I'm not sure what's going on around here. I'm being It's like a gnat infestation. Okay. I won't get run over, I promise. I will be careful. I just want to stay here and dance. Say hi, folks. Say hi, Truth Social. Say hi, Truth Social. Ooh, hi. How are you? Say hi to Truth Social.
Hello, Truth Social. How are you today?
They're fine. They want to know how you're doing. Why did you come out here today?
Well, because we are losing our freedom. And I was one that was kidnapped out of Einstein Bagels by police. I'm a native Floridian. I'm a senior woman. And they didn't care. They just took me out because I wouldn't wear a mask, because I was, first of all, God gave me the right to breathe. And I also had an exemption from the Palm Beach County, which they did not even honor. And they put me in jail and locked me up for overnight. Yes.
Did they really?
So I'm standing for freedom. I'm a senior, as I said, and I lived in a time where we did not have this government that we've had in the last 2 years. I am appalled. I am shocked. And so I'm here to support my president, President Donald J. Trump. And you're still my president. And I can't wait for you to come back to 1776 for the republic for which we stand.
So you were a vice presidential candidate in Guatemala?
I was a candidate for vice president in the past election. It was run under the same platform.
And, right, and how is what's going on in Guatemala today? Do you see that happening in the United States?
Same actually, thing here. What you're seeing here, we started going through years ago.
Thanks to the American Embassy run by the Dems.
And the USAID. We've been fighting the politicization of the judiciary system for the past almost 10 years. Yeah. So what you're going through right now, we've been fighting against for a long time.
Hi. Say hi to Truth Social. How you guys doing today? Fine, thank you. Can you tell me why you came out to support President Trump today?
I was right. Because I need a bit of English. I speak English a little bit. But I'm here because my family is Cuban. I'm was born in Venezuela. I don't want the United States the same as my country in Venezuela. No communism, no socialism, and freedom. I love freedom. Maduro president is very bad. Destroy my country. Fidel Castro destroyed the country of my father. I don't like this country destroyed too again.
So again, a refugee from Cuba and Venezuela, they've had enough of the communist socialist crap. They don't want any part of it. They're not going to stand for it here in America. So you can take your anti-divorce crap and shove it right up your old patootie. How about that?
Remember, kids, get me on Joe Rogan. All you have to do is go to joerogan.com/contact and fill out that form that you'll find there. Tell him to go find old Bobby Powell on Substack.com, or have him drop me a line at ttiv2013@gmail.com. Get me on Joe Rogan. Let me tell my story and show this video to 100 million people. Let's see how the deep state can ignore that. I'll be back in 2 minutes with Robert Agee from Banners for Freedom.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Years ago, when I invented My Pillow, I was faced with every adversity you could think of. No retailers wanted to sell My Pillow. That's come full circle. Vendors took advantage of me, and I was copied by China. Well, by the grace of God, I was able to get through all that and learn from it. I have a passion to help other U.S. entrepreneurs, and that's why I created my new platform, mystore.com. We have hundreds of products from amazing entrepreneurs, and to celebrate, I'm going to put My Pillows on mystore.com right now. You can get my standard My Pillows regularly $69.98, now only $19.98 with your promo code. Or you can get my standard queen size regular $79.98, now only $29.98. Or you can get my premium king size regularly $89.98, now only $34.98. So go to mystore.com and use that promo code on your screen to get huge discounts on all My Store products. Thank you and God bless.
Now, I'm standing here today telling you God's truth, speaking in the name of and with the authority of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I am telling you the truth. It was the FBI and not Trump supporters who led the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th.
Welcome back to The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell, and that was an exciting segment with Stu Peters. I really love that man. He goes for it every chance he gets. He gets that Colossians 3:23 going. Boom! Everything that you do it with all your heart. Okay, now with me tonight is a very special guest. His name's Robert Agee. He runs an organization called Banners for Freedom. And let me tell you something, kids. Dude hooked me up with a solid. I'm showing you right now video of a video billboard in Times Square that Robert and his organization have provided me with. And I can't tell you, Robert, how thankful and grateful that I am that somebody has finally joined me in this fight. I was beginning to feel all alone out here. So, thank you. God bless you. And I just really can't thank you enough. So I didn't really know much about you since until a few weeks ago when I noticed the Banner for Freedom account on Truth Social, and you've been doing some amazing things, highlighting different patriots, people that are doing things to defend this republic, and it's just amazing. Can you tell me how you got started in this? What was your motivation? How'd you get this thing off the ground to begin with?
Sure. Yeah, no, it's quite the story. Hey, I really appreciate you having me on. I really appreciate what you're doing. It's an honor to put up this billboard to really honor you, and on the work that you've done, the sacrifices that you've made. I've heard your story and the way that, you've made some pretty big sacrifices in your life to get this information out for others. And that's a real, admirable thing to do. And, I needed something to put up in Times Square this week. I actually had 2 slots. Every other week I have 2 slots. And I was up till almost 5 o'clock in the morning, Sunday, night going into Monday, working on another board. And I didn't have anything yet. Right. And I try to wait for the right thing. I want, this is the Lord's board. It's not our board. And I'll tell you a little bit about that here in a minute. But when I woke up that morning, I saw an email from you and, some of your videos and whatnot. I was like, you know what, this is perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. Something that I needed, a good solid message that needs to be broadcast. We've had a couple of them up. We had Bloody Hill recently running in Times Square. We had another J6 ad going for Trentus Evans, calling on Attorney General Ken Paxton to get off his chair and do something about it. But this whole Times Square board, this whole Banners for Freedom thing is a true testimony of what God's doing in people's lives right now in a very amazing way. We're seeing it happen to so many others. So, our story starts back, I guess, when we went to the Clay Clark Reawaken America Tour conference in Tampa. And while we were down there, we were really inspired by the way people were getting involved and were being encouraged to get involved. General Flynn's like, we need to get involved on a local level. And, local level, creates a national impact. And it's like, never really been involved in anything. Not sure that I really want to be involved in all that because, you try to avoid it because it's just a snake pit, right? But it's kind of how
brother.
But it's how we got ourselves into this situation, I believe, is by not getting involved and being complacent, being harmless as a dove, but not wise as a serpent, right? Not taking care
absolutely right. Yeah.
Of our garden and not, tending to it. And so, we get back here to Texas and there's some folks talking about the county commissioners passing a permit in our county where we had to apply for a permit to build something. And like, this is a great way to go ahead and get involved. We're going to go down there on Tuesday and let them know how we feel about it, which we did. Filled up the courtroom, filled up the lobby, parking lot, and they rescinded that day. They saw, that the people, it really encouraged us. It showed us that all you got to do is show up and speak up and you can have a huge impact. And so that's why I really respect, what you're doing right now. And while we were there, we saw that victory. And then they were also going over some of COVID agenda items, right? And they were encouraging to get the vaccine. I say they, the judge was encouraging to get the vaccine, quote unquote vaccine, at the end of this meeting. I'm thinking, why is the judge encouraging people, to make a medical decision? Like, this isn't right. These people are completely deceived on what this is. They drank the Kool-Aid. And I guess it's our responsibility to come down here and inform them on what's really happening. So we did kind of reluctantly, but at the same time, we felt this burden, like, hey, I'm a general contractor. I make my own hours, essentially. My wife, she's a stay-at-home mom. This is a perfect way for us to get involved. So we took off our Tuesday mornings, and for the next 17 weeks, we went in there and we educated them on the truth of this pandemic. While that happened, we saw the mask drop off. We saw the judge stop encouraging people to get this jab, and then they signed a resolution adopting Governor Abbott's vaccine mandate ban. We're like, wow, this is amazing. We're seeing progress. We're having victories. And we had taken out an ad in the paper called Vax Facts, where we were educating some folks about how many people died and been injured by the vaccine, because there was another one in there at the COVID case charts. How many people were, died of COVID and were sick of COVID and all that nonsense. So my wife had saw those papers in the trash can down at the post office and thought to herself, I wonder how many people were actually reading the paper. And that day she was in town. She was passing by the high school. I think she went to the Sonic to get some lunch and saw a digital billboard sitting there. And she says she felt like the Lord talked to her and told her, hey, this is how you're going to get the message out to the people. You need to get a message up on this board. So she came back to me and said, hey, babe, I need you to design me a billboard ad. I said, no, I don't have time. I was like, that's crazy. It's like, we're already involved in our county commissioner meetings. We're already doing an ad of the paper. I was like, we're not billboard people, baby. I didn't have the vision yet. And, after she talked to me about it a little bit, and she'd already done the research, she already figured out how much it costs. She already contacted And We Know and put their logo up there and promote them. And they were coming after the children at that point. They're putting pop-up vaccine clinics, in our schools. It's like, we got to do something. That's a line you don't cross. You want to mess with us, that's one thing, but you start coming after the children, it's war, right? We're going to get involved. We're going to step up. So that's what we did.
Yeah, I think that's why people have gotten so vocal recently, is because they're coming after our kids with all this transgender nonsense and the pronouns and the CRT and all this other stuff. They're coming after the babies, and I don't think anybody's going to stand for that. They can abuse us adults all they want, and we will suffer as long as evils are sufferable, right? But when they cannot start coming after our children, well, baby, then it's game on.
It's on. And that's what triggered us, if you will, if you want to use that. And we said, okay, enough's enough. And this was right across the street from the high school. We said, this is a great opportunity. Let's do it. So we made that sacrifice. We purchased that 1 month billboard slot, and all we were going to do was put up the VARS numbers, not even a call to action, because that number spoke for itself. Back in November 1st last year, when we put this up, it was, I think, at 800 and something thousand reported adverse events to the vars.hhs.gov website, right? Government's own website. It's been around since the 90s. They've reported on vaccine injuries. It's actually required by law for physicians to report to it. Anybody can report to it, but it's a federal felony if you report a false report, and all the reports were vetted, right? So, it's pretty accurate. The only thing is, or anything, it's underreported. They had Harvard do a study back in 2009 called the Lazarus Report, which they found only 1% of adverse reactions were actually being reported to the system. 1%, which
that's pretty low. As of what's been reported today, what is the number of adverse reactions that have been reported?
1,357,000 and change.
So then we can raise that by a factor of 10. So that's not good.
At least. And so
yeah. So you're not a rich man. I mean, as a general contractor, I'm sure you're not hurting, but you're not a rich man. And I understand these billboards go for $90,000 a month. So you've been raising money. Can you tell me about that? Because what I've heard is that the money that's been coming to you is miraculous.
Yeah, well, and we didn't plan on doing any of this. We're just going to put these numbers up, and we're going to put other people up in the truth movement, promote them, because we weren't a source of information, but And We Know is, and Stu Peters is, and the Reawaken America Tour conferences. We put that up there, and then Clay saw that billboard. My mom actually texted him a picture because she was buying a ticket to one of his conferences, one of the Reawaken America Tour conferences, and he wanted to have a call, and he wanted to do it through Zoom. And I'd never done Zoom before, never done anything like this, right? So I'm figuring out Zoom. I get on there. I'm like, okay, we dial in. And he opens with a show, yes, welcome to the Clay Clark Show. And I'm about to pass out. So I'm like, what am I doing? I'm on an interview? I thought we were just having a conversation here. So it totally blows me away. We have a little interview. Next thing I know, it gets picked up on the And We Know show. LT over at And We Know. He does an amazing job getting this information out and supporting the J6ers. And people started donating. They just donated over $30,000 in one day from the folks over at the And We Know show. And we're like, okay, something's happening here, babe. People really want to see these billboards go up. Stu Peters calls me up a couple days later, and we have this nice long conversation, pray together on the phone, talk about the great awakening that's coming, and a very, very optimistic, positive conversation. We have an interview, raise another $20,000. This is in the first week. And then Clay's like, hey, if you want to be at any of my conferences, I'll give you a free ticket. I was like, well, I was just about to buy a ticket, and I'd love to come. So we go down to San Antonio, and what happened there, I never expected. He asked me to actually get up in front of everybody and tell them what we were doing. I was like, no, that's crazy. I was like, those 3,000 people out there, and whoever many watching on TV. I've never done anything like that, and I don't even know what I'm doing, Clay. He goes, no. He goes, you need to tell people what you're doing. What you're doing is very important. Like, all right. So I prayed about it. I feel like the Lord gave me a word to deliver. So I got up there, started delivering this message, and people started coming to the platform and donating. Before, I was even done speaking. And the next thing I know, Clay grabs the mic and he says, hey, we're going to raise $100,000 today. And he tells the guy to play $100,000 raising music. The gentleman plays Waymaker. Like, oh, that's appropriate because we're going to need him to come in and make a way for this. People came to the front, started filling up trash bags with money to raise these billboards up across this nation. We counted it. It was $22,000 in cash. $28,000 hit our Give, Send, Go, which is 50 grand. And a gentleman came up on the platform and said, hey, I'm going to match everything that was donated today. So we raised exactly $100,000 by the grace of God that day, and knew that the hand of the Lord was in this. We kept marching forward and raising these banners. Since that moment in November of last year, we've been able to put up 180 billboards because the fine patriots of this nation have donated over $450,000 to make this possible. We put up bus benches, mobile digital trucks, indoor billboards, over 500 TVs inside different venues. And then, of course, there's the Times Square. The Times Square is a true testimony. You know, we never thought we'd be up in Times Square. Clear Channel, Lamar, these larger billboard companies, they censor this message. They won't allow this to go out. So we're having to work with the independent billboard operators of this country, which are the true patriots and those who we want to support anyway. The Times Square, that was off the table. Matter of fact, a lady had sent me a picture of a Times Square board, and I contacted them. I said, hey, can we just put our URL, bannersforfreedom.com? And they said, no, we want nothing to do with you. So we moved on, left it alone, said, Lord, if you want us up there, we'll get up there. Well, we get a phone call from a billboard company, this billboard company in Times Square. It was back in about January or December of last year. And they said, hey, your message resonates with us. We want you up on our board. We had a company purchase a 3-month slot, $90,000. They put down 60 grand, backed out of the contract, left the country. That money's on the table. It's yours if you come up with the remaining balance of $30,000. I said, wow, what an opportunity, Lord. This is amazing. All right, babe, how much money do we have in the account? 5 grand. Like, oh, goodness gracious. So as soon as, money comes in, we start putting up billboards. So prayed about it, and I felt like the Lord said, hey, do you trust me? I want you to cover this. Okay, I trust you. So I put it on my credit card. 2 days later, a gentleman calls and transfers $30,000 into our account. So he's like, that's not your responsibility. Like, this is absolutely phenomenal, right? So this is the Lord's board. That's why I say it's his board. He gave it to us. He paid for it. It's a board that towers over all the other boards in Times Square. It's a corner board. So it's kind of like a cornerstone, right? And it's
right there at 1500 Broadway.
1500 Broadway. And it's got 2 boards on it. So it's almost like a double portion. And we've been able to put up so many amazing messages on this board and get such a great response. And we're giving shout outs to digital soldiers, these social media warriors out there that sacrifice so much, giving them, shout out, bypassing this media censorship. So it's been really exciting.
Well, you are doing the Lord's work, like Psalm 25 says, we're going to, in the name of our God, we're going to raise our banners. And we have to, because we are at war. This is a holy war. It really is. We are part of Christ's army here on earth, and we have to fight back against the perversions and the murders that are being foisted upon us and committed against us by these deep state Luciferian snakes. And you're doing amazing work. I can't believe it. $100,000 in a single day. There's no way you could have raised that money had it not been in the hand of God.
Yeah. And what's amazing, we weren't even up there like, okay, guys, we're at 70,000. We need another 30 grand. No, we were up there for like 5 minutes, and then we were off the platform and the next speaker was up. And it just tallied to that number, and that's what he's doing right now. Lord's he's amazing. He's opening up doors. He's giving divine blueprints to people to make things happen. And he's using the unqualified. He's using the simple people, the fishermen, the carpenters, the tax collectors. He's using all these unqualified people and he's qualifying them, right? And he's making opportunity because he wants to do this. He's going to fight the battle for us, right? And we're going to win this war. We've already won the war, but he wants to do this in relationship with us, right? So he's calling us all out, and we're all finding our place and our purpose, and we get to do this together. We get to participate in the Great Awakening. We get to participate in the destruction of this old guard, of this deep state cabal that is trying to establish their world government system. They're ahead of their time. Their time is not yet. They have this great reset that they're talking about, and they only have this great reset because it's a counterfeit of the Great Awakening that's coming. The enemy always has a counterfeit, and sure. he's not going to succeed in the pit that he dug for us. He's about to fall into.
You're absolutely right. Whatever God does, Satan does, but he twists it and perverts it. So that's why we need to be out there, because people need to understand the truth. And one way that they're getting this truth is through your billboards. And I'm curious to know are you going to expand? Because I see billboards, electronic billboards all along the highway. And you've got Times Square knocked out, but do you have any plans to expand to other billboards around the country in high traffic areas like Palm Beach, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Put a billboard up on the loop, maybe.
Yeah.
How about that?
No. Well, we've put up over 180 so far. And
180 separate billboards, not just the one on Times Square. Okay, now we're talking.
180 across the nation from coast to coast. If you go to banners4freedom.com, you scroll down in the middle, there's an interactive map and has little flames over the locations where these billboards are. And you can zoom in, you can click on it, it'll show you an actual webcam because they're digital. All these digital billboards have a little webcam on it. And not the best pictures, but shows that it's up there. It's got a little timestamp, shows the actual location of where this banner's been placed and the time that it was up. Generally, we contract them for a month at a time. If we get a really good deal, we'll do 2 or 3 months. And we want to put them up, in every state. We're in, I think, 31, 32 states right now. We have over 800 approved locations ready to receive this message, because you have to go through approval process. Not every company will put up this message, but we've already kind of done that legwork and established some really good relationships with these companies. And so it's just a matter of how much the people want to engage, because this is all funded by the people. We don't have any money. We made our sacrifice. We sacrificed our time and treasure to make this happen. And I know others are doing that too. And all these donations go right into putting up these billboards. And so as the people donate, as people want to raise these banners and the funds come in, we put up new banners in new locations. We've got some plans to put up. Right now we're putting up the VARS numbers, right? And hospital protocol kills is one of them. There's another one, defeat the mandates. And, how many people die from the vaccine and how many people have been injured. We've put in other messages. We've been focusing on that. We're really trying to drive that home, because if everyone's dead, how are we gonna win these other wars? That really needs to be exposed. But there are other very important messages that need to go up outside of that, and that's what we're utilizing the Times Square board for. But we're also going to be utilizing the road boards for as well. Selection code is coming out here soon, and that we may have an opportunity to blast that out across the nation. We had some messages up for the Durham trials that were going on with Kash Patel. We put some of that information up on these boards, but we really want to expand this message into multiple messages, because you can put 4, 5, 6 different ads on this one digital billboard, and then they'll just rotate through. So every minute that new ad will come up. It's a great way to get these messages out. And in addition, because it is digital, we're able to send in a new file every week. So as the numbers update from the HHS website, we take that information, update our file, send in a new file, and it goes live that next week. So the people that drive by these boards continually, they see that number go up like a ticker, which really creates that psychological impact to get them to think twice about what's happening when they see that number go up 30,000, injuries since the previous week. So that's a huge blessing to having these digital billboards. But we're also talking to folks in Canada, people in England and other countries about expanding there. So it's really, whatever the Lord wants to do with it, whatever doors he opens, we're ready to, walk through them.
Amen, brother. And folks, this all takes money. Okay. So I want you to go right now, or after the show's over with anyway, to givesendgo.com/banners for freedom. That's banners, the number 4, freedom. givesendgo.com/banners for freedom. We'll be right back with Robert A.G. right after this message.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried canceling myself and MyPillow. Well, during these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly onto you. For a limited time, you can get my brand new product, My Slippers, for 50% off. That's the lowest price ever. And remember, My Slippers come with an exclusive 4-layer design. These layers combine to give you amazing comfort and support and help reduce stress on your feet. And with the durable indoor-outdoor sole, you can wear My Slippers anytime, anywhere. I personally guarantee these will be the most comfortable slippers you'll ever own. So go to mypillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen, or call the 1-800 number below to get My Slippers for 50% off, the lowest price in history. And if you do it right now, I'm going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
don't survive. I was born free. I was born free. I was born free. Born free.
Now, I'm standing here today telling you God's truth, speaking in the name of and with the authority of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I am telling you the truth. It was the FBI and not Trump supporters who led the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th.
Like an untamed stallion, if you can't see my heart, you must be blind. You can knock me down and watch me bleed, but you can't keep no chains on me. I was born free. I was born free.
Welcome back to The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell, and my guest this segment is Robert Agee. He runs Banners for Freedom, and they have been putting banners up all over the country on billboards, you know, doing just what God told them to in Psalm 25. In the name of our God, we're going to raise our banners. And it's not just banners, these large electronic billboards that they are, you know, providing. If you know, somebody has well, what am I looking for here, Robert? If somebody has a cause that's specific to them, they can go to bannersforfreedom.com, and what can they do there?
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of people asking us in the beginning of all this, like, hey, you know, we want to raise our own banner in our front yard. Or, you know, we have a business where we're going to a specific event. You know, do you have any vinyl banners, things of that sort? So we went ahead and created all sorts of different media that you can use on your own to get this awareness out to the people. Yard signs and vinyl banners, stickers, these flyers, info flyers you can hand out to people, and you know, car magnets. We just recently added this vinyl sticker you put on the back of your car that's perforated that you can see through, but so you can be a mobile billboard, right? You can be your own mobile billboard, and a lot of people are really excited about that. So it's a great way to get involved, and you know, without having to put up a banner. But you know, every banner, every billboard, and including Times Square that goes up, it's all funded by the people. So no matter what donation you make, that donation goes to this. So you get to be a part. You know, you are the reason why these banners are going up. And that's what's really neat is all people can get together and say, hey, we the people did this. We the people are the ones that raised these banners of truth across this nation. And it's just it's a great way to get involved.
Yes, sir. Now, there's a couple more events that are coming up. I understand Greg Phillips' Pit. You're going to advertise that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll see what happens there, but there's going to be some pretty hard information to digest for a lot of people that's going to come out of that event. And when it does, I'm hoping to have that opportunity to take that information and put it up on the Times Square board, Lord willing. Because we've got to fix 2020. We can't move forward until we deal with the theft of our nation from 2020 and the tyranny and the treason that took place there. So we're going to do our part to get that information out to the people. There is an event coming up here in the next couple of weeks, the 12th and the 13th in Rochester. It's actually Batavia, right outside of Rochester, New York, the Reawaken America Tour Conference. It's going to be powerful. You know, General Flynn and Kash Patel and Donald Trump Jr., I believe, is going to be there, and so many others. Some January 6th representatives are going to be there. It's a powerful event. It's actually going to be held in a tent, a giant tent right outside of this church. So it's almost going to be like a tent revival. Those events are always so powerful. It's going to be baptisms on Friday night. You know, this isn't just about politics. This is about coming together in spirit and truth, right? Both. And then there's an event down here in Mesquite coming up at the end of this month, Reckoning Fest. You can go to reckoningfest.com. And I believe Chris Eriks is putting this on. There's going to be a bunch of great speakers down there, and we're trying to get some awareness for the J6ers at this event as well. So really excited about all these opportunities. Well,
you sound like you're doing a lot of really wonderful work, and let me volunteer. if somebody can cover my travel costs and put me up on their couch for a night, I will come and show them the video that I shot in Washington, D.C. of 2 federal agents attacking the Capitol. I'll talk to anybody. I'll show it to anybody. I don't care when, where, why, how. I just need the ability the means to do it. So, hey, I'm at your service, brother. Anytime you want me, just say the word and I'll be there.
It'd be great to have you out, and I'll see what we can do to, make that a reality. When you sent me those videos, and it was a couple different videos, but there's one video particularly that I took, and I pulled these images off of the footage that you took, which is just amazing footage. And I understand the FBI won't even acknowledge it. They won't even acknowledge you.
No, I've offered to come in 5 separate times and give them all of the video that I recorded on the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and they have not responded to any of my offers. Matter of fact, they haven't responded to my FOIA requests, which are required to do by law within 20 days. Well, if they're just going to cause an insurrection, I don't think they're going to let a little civil matter like we're failing to respond to a FOIA request get in their way. So no, the FBI doesn't want to have anything to do with me. I found out the other day, it's funny, Brandon Strzok, the walk away movement guy, the gay guy, totally flipped and spilled his guts on every patriot that he possibly could, including me. For the first time, I saw my name in black and white in a federal charging document. It says Bobby Powell, who the government describes as an insurrectionist advocate. I don't know what the heck that's really supposed to be, an insurrectionist advocate, but if it means somebody that goes around the country speaking on behalf of these political prisoners, somebody that's on the phone all day typing and sending emails and just doing everything that he can for these prisoners, will lock me up, I'm guilty. Because somebody needs to stand up for these people. They're being railroaded into ridiculously long prison sentences for trespassing after they were invited in by Capitol Police. They're being tortured and beaten by their guards in these American gulags. They're having their lives destroyed to the point where a few of them have even committed suicide. This is unacceptable. It's unsat, and we're going to do something about it.
So something has to be done. I've got a good friend here locally, a very young man, in his early 20s, and he has to go in. He's turning himself in on the 13th. Early 20s. He's got to serve a multi-year federal sentence for nothing, and he's going to lose those years of his life and be separated from his family, and that he'll never be able to regain for something that that bad actors in our government did on purpose to deceive the nation. And I wholeheartedly believe that vindication's coming, our victory is coming, and everything that's been stolen from us, everything that's been stolen from these January 6ers, that's been robbed, their time, their treasure, is going to be returned to them. It's going to be returned to them tenfold. And the Lord's going to use this and use their testimonies, but it's still heartbreaking for what they're going through right now. I can't imagine being separated from my family like that, and what that would do to the psyche and to the spirit of everybody involved. But that's why we're doing it. That's why I'm putting this up in Times Square. That's why you've dedicated your life and so much more to make this happen. And we'll just keep praying and trusting in the Lord, and doing our part. And I do believe here soon that it can't go much longer. They're hanging on by a thread, and it's just about timing.
Amen, brother. From your lips to God's ears, let's raise those banners high and do the work. Get out there and get some justice for these J6 political prisoners, and to fight back against the deep state coup that stole this nation from the rightfully elected president of these United States, Donald Trump. Robert A.G., bannersforfreedom.com. God bless you for coming on The Truth is Viral, and especially for putting that billboard up for me in Times Square. That was awesome. I want everybody to go to givesendgo.com/bannersforfreedom. That's banners, the number 4, freedom, and just drop this guy some money. Okay, it doesn't make any difference. $5, $10, $100, $1,000, whatever you can afford, whatever's burning a hole in your pocket. He's doing some great work, and you need to support him. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. During these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. For example, you can get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99 a set. That's a savings of 60% and the lowest price in history. And remember, they're made with the world's best cotton, grown where the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River all meet. They come with my 10-year warranty, and I guarantee they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. So go to mypillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen, or call the 1-800 number below to get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99, the lowest price in history. If you do it right now, I'm also going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
Circling your head, contemplating everything you ever said. Now I see the truth, I got it down.
Now, I'm standing here today telling you God's truth, speaking in the name of and with the authority of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I am telling you the truth. It was the FBI and not Trump supporters who led the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th.
Take you on, headstrong to take on anyone. I know that you are wrong. Headstrong, we're headstrong. Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong to take on anyone. I know that you are wrong, and this is not where you belong.
Welcome back to The Truth Is Viral. My name is Bob Powell. I want you to remember, kids, get me on Joe Rogan. It's very simple. Go to joerogan.com/contact. Fill out the contact form. Tell him to get in touch with old Bobby Powell. Give him my email address, ttiv2013@gmail.com. Have him get a hold of me so that I can tell this story of the two federal agents that I recorded attacking the Capitol on January 6th to the entire nation. 100 million people at a pop. Can you imagine? The politicians don't want to talk about it because it's not yet time. It's not politically opportune. Right-wing media doesn't want to talk about it because Fox tells them you're going to lose your paycheck if you do. So the people that we depend on to represent us in Congress and the people that we depend on to tell us the truth are letting us down. And you guys need to take the bull by the horns if you don't want this country to end up a communist shithole like those folks that I interviewed outside Mar-a-Lago were talking about that they left. They fled from Venezuela, Guatemala, Cuba, to come to the United States where it's free for the most part. Okay, so we don't want our kids to grow up in some socialist utopia. It just because there's no such thing. It doesn't work. And the people that we depend on to be the leaders in our community are letting us down, so it's up to us. Which is why I was more than happy to accept an invitation from the Manatee Patriots Trump Club over in Sarasota just days after the Trump rally was over with to come and show them my video. Let me tell you something, kids. You never heard gasps like you heard when I showed them my video, and then the list of people who've had this video for up to 18 months and have never said a word about it to push back against this fake January 6th insurrection narrative that the mainstream media and the deep state are pushing out to protect President Trump from these false allegations that he was somehow responsible for the violence on January 6th, or to defend the January 6th prisoners who are being railroaded into ridiculously long prison sentences for parading and trespassing. They're being physically abused by their captors in jail. And they're being psychologically tortured to the point of suicide. Okay, 2 have killed themselves in the last 2 months. This is unacceptable. The silence of our representatives, the silence of the media is unacceptable. So this is what I told the Manatee Patriots Trump Club. We are going to start a grassroots movement. We are going to take the bull by the horns. We are going to become the squeaky wheels. We are going to be the men and the women in the room that won't shut up until our concerns are addressed. Okay? So without any further ado, here's my little visit to the Manatee Patriots Trump Club.
Okay, so without any further ado, we're absolutely delighted to have as our special featured guest this evening, Mr. Bobby Powell. Bobby's a reporter, independent, freelance reporter and journalist, and a patriot. He's had some disturbing video, but also some interesting information he'd like to share with us about some of the other events going on here in conservative Florida. So without any further ado, how about a round of applause for our featured guest speaker, Mr. Bobby Powell. Bobby?
Well, thank you. Okay, kids, he asked me to just give a quick bio of who I am, where I'm from. Well, I graduated from broadcasting school in Detroit in 1987. Learned to be a disc jockey, but first job I got was as the editor of the Palm City Mirror over in Stuart, Florida. So, everybody's got to start somewhere. Over the next 5 years, I worked in radio, television, and newspapers until 2 back-to-back accidents stole my ability to read, write, speak, and even walk. As you can see, I'm reading, writing, speaking, and walking. I am a walking miracle. So anyway, I believe that God put me in Washington, D.C. on January 6th for a reason. After my career in mainstream media was kind of curbed off into the ditch, it's kind of like he saved me for one final mission. Here I am, almost 60 years old. You kids, I've been a journalist more longer than most of you have been alive. Come on, that's supposed to be fine. But yeah, I really do believe that God saved me for this moment in time, because 2 years ago, well, 19 months ago, I was producing my own show up in Michigan called The Truth is Viral. And hosting a show in Sheboygan called Your Defending Fathers on 97.7 WCHY. So even though my career in mainstream media got derailed, my career as an independent journalist kind of ended up okay. I've got the #1 show in northern Michigan by 10 times the amount the mainstream media has. So anyway, as part of my job, I was in Washington, D.C. for my final gig. It was the last story I was ever going to cover, was the insurrection. Well, the president's speech, okay, on January 6th. And while I was there, I got some really wild video that you're not going to believe because you haven't seen it before, I guarantee it. Everybody with a pulse that I have given this video to doesn't want to touch it. It is radioactive. Because it shows 2 federal agents attacking the east side of the Capitol on January 6th. Now, I'm going to show you this video in this format because it's concise, it gets the point across real easy, right? And everything that you're going to see is going to shock you, because this statement right here is truth. Everything that you're going to hear tonight is gospel truth. I'm speaking tonight in the name and authority of the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm not telling you lies. I have given this video to 17 congressmen and senators over the last year. Some of them have had it for 18 months. And they have been silent. Now you're going to see it, and it's going to blow your mind.
Do not go in there. All right. Did you say there's the drivers in there? Yes, sir. And Ben Grunder has all this information. I've been in contact with him for over a year now. Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, sir. God bless.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that or not, but I told Senator Hawley that Ben Grunder had this information for over a year. Ben Grunder is his press secretary. That is the second time that Senator Hawley has gotten that video. I gave him the thumb drive myself at CPAC last February. He has yet to say a word.
Thank you.
And here is that video as published by the Epic Times. Those guys have been giving me a lot of love. Mainstream media, not so much. This is a young Antifa man by the name of Hunter Empty. He's being arrested by Capitol Hill police, as he should have been. Then the Capitol Hill police get a transmission over their radios to walk away and leave that window completely undefended. They didn't know, I guess, that there was still somebody there defending that window. I took an oath as a United States Marine to protect and defend this nation from all enemies, foreign and domestic, and nobody was going through a broken window in the Capitol during a riot on my watch, and nobody did. So this guy comes up behind me, all dressed in black, right? His face is covered, he's covered from head to toe in paramilitary gear. He's wearing a military-style radio on his chest. He's asking me, why don't you guys open up the rest of it, go inside? I told him because that would probably be illegal. So I turned my camera around just in time to catch this guy pulling the window all the way out of its frame. Now another Antifa comes like he's going to jump in the window and I get in his way.
Do not go in there.
Like I said, I wasn't going to allow anybody to go in there. And nobody did. So he's seeing my camera, right? And he realized that I'm recording him. I'm wearing a press helmet. So instead of pulling the window from its frame, all of a sudden he does a 180 and he starts attacking the other man that tried to get in the window. That man has never been placed on the FBI's wanted list. He's never been arrested. I have volunteered to come in and give the FBI all of my video from the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and an interview 5 separate times. They've been refusing every offer. This is a second man, right here, again, dressed in military-type gear, wearing the balaclava that's popular among special forces in the Middle East. He's holding the Senate doors, the Columbus doors, open with a pole. And he's literally pushing people inside. I was one of them. You can watch the forward motion of my camera as he's yelling, hold the line, hold the line, hold the line, and pushing me from behind. It's a very sudden shove, you can't miss it. Here we go. One more time. I'll tell you, that woman's screeching is in my dang nightmares. Okay, a friend of mine, Ford Fisher, got this video from the other angle, showing him holding the door open with the pole. And this is my favorite part of the video. It really is, because he's poking his head around the door and he gets that face full of pepper ball, and I hope it hurt. I really do. Now this guy has never been arrested either. His image has never been uploaded to the FBI's database. So it kind of makes you wonder what the FBI and our elected representatives are afraid of. Why aren't they saying anything about this? Why hasn't the FBI hauled me in and questioned me? They've questioned everybody that was within a mile of the Capitol on January 6th except for me. I've given this video to Matt Gaetz. I put a thumb drive right in his hand at a Trump rally in Sarasota on July 3rd of last year. Some of you are probably there. I followed up with a press request for comment on the video with his press secretary, John McCardle. And then I sent a registered letter to Representative Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Greene on the same day, and they were signed for on January 12th of this year. I gave it to Lauren Boebert, also at the rally in Sarasota. I gave it to Kevin McCarthy and Louis Gohmert. I gave it to Mark Meadows over a year ago. I've given it to Vern Buchanan. I've given it to Greg Steube twice. Once I visited his office and once at CPAC. Here's the whole list. The January 6th Hall of Shame. Everybody that has had this video for over a year. Senator Josh Hawley, Kirsten Sinema, Jack Bergman, Paul Gosar, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Louis Gohmert, Pete Sessions, Thomas Massey, Jim Jordan, Madison Cawthorn, Billy Long, Greg Steube, Vern Buchanan, Doug Collins, Jason Chaffetz, Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and Matthew Whitaker, the former Attorney General of the United States. Why are they silent?
Why? No back.
I'm going to tell you why. Right now, according to W. Kirk Bell, Chief of Staff for Representative Pete Sessions, Texas, 17th District. Are you ready for this?
It's scared.
It's going to make you sick. I asked him, just out of curiosity, did anything ever come out of that video that I recorded of 2 federal agents attacking the Capitol? Did Sessions ever see it? Did Jim Jordan? Anyone? And Kirk Bell, the Chief of Staff for Pete Sessions, tells me, yes, we're keeping our powder dry until after November. No use in putting anything out there currently. Meanwhile, the J6 joke show is rewriting history. Yeah. Innocent people are being sentenced to ridiculously lengthy prison terms for parading, whatever the heck that is. They're being physically abused by their captors, and they and their families are being psychologically tortured by the FBI and Justice Department to the point of suicide. 2 of these defendants have killed themselves in the last 2 months. This is wrong. I don't care what kind of an excuse these politicians have. They are not going to play politics with people's lives on my watch. They are not going to let President Trump get blamed for this fake insurrection until after the midterm. I'm not going to play that. Now, they have tried everything that they can to keep me silent. I don't know if you can read this or not, but down there at the bottom it says, I can understand your reasoning, but I can't weight that wrong. Ron Weiser, Chairman of the Michigan Republican Party, sent my friend, Congressman Kerry Bentivolio, to offer me a $200,000 bribe to lose my video and never speak of it again.
Wow. Why don't you give it to Tucker and Hannity?
Sean Hannity has had this video since January 16th, 2021. Tucker signed for a thumb drive on December 12th, 2021.
What about Jesse Waters?
I haven't got to him yet. I've sent out hundreds of thumb drives, mailed out thousands of emails. No, like I said, nobody wants to touch it. It's radioactive. The only love I've been getting is from OAN with Dan Ball and Newsmax with Greg Kelly. And one moment, please. And right after this, my appearance on Newsmax with Greg Kelly, that's when my friend Kerry Bentivolio, congressman from Michigan, came to me with this $200,000 bribe. I told him to go get bent. Okay, he doesn't have enough money to buy my honor or my silence. All right. 6 weeks later, I'm giving a speech up here in Clearwater in front of the Pinellas County Courthouse. Dude tries to kill me with a pipe bomb. You remember that?
Yes.
So 6 weeks between a death threat from a United States congressman and the chairman of the Michigan Republican Party and an actual attempt on my life is no coincidence, kids. Powerful people want this suppressed, and among them are some people that you are going to be shocked at. Like I told you about Sean Hannity, right? How about old Dan Bongino? He's a firebrand, right? Well, got news for you. Dan Bongino first got this video on June 21st, 2021, over 14 months ago. Wow. I sent him a thumb drive. It was signed for by Dan Bongino on December 14th, 2021.
What's their explanation?
Now, I know that you have received the package and seen the above messages I wrote to Dan. What the heck, bro? No love for Bobby? If this video isn't as explosive is an explosive, let me know and I'll stop bugging you. And this is Dan Bongino's response. Please take these ridiculous posts elsewhere.
Oh my.
Okay, just like 2,000 Mules, the movie that Dinesh D'Souza produced, anything that is really going to help President Trump, they don't want it. They don't want you to know about it. That's how disinformation works. They tell you the truth 90% of the time and then withhold that crucial little bit that keeps you donating and tuning in. Okay, how many times do you hear from Sean Hannity? Tick-tock, 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 and nothing happened. Nothing is supposed to happen. The left and the right are two sides of the same freaking coin, folks. They do not care about you. They care about power. This is why I would give my life for Donald Trump. I have given everything that I had. I was demonetized everywhere after January 6th. I uploaded my video. They say I'm an insurrectionist. I was in Brandon Straka's plea agreement the other day. The FBI calls me an insurrectionist advocate. Well, if that means somebody that travels around the country speaking at clubs like this, defending January 6th political prisoners, and just trying to get this information out to everybody with a pulse, then brother, I'm guilty. Okay? That was no insurrection. Not led by led by Trump supporters anyway. It was led by the FBI and what we commonly call the deep state. It's not just Democrats. There are Republicans involved too.
That's right.
And I have been really disappointed. Jack Bergman was my congressman up in Michigan. He's a brother Marine. He's supposed to understand honor. He does not. We have words for him in the Marine Corps, but it's not for polite company, so I won't repeat it. But it makes me angry that these people are willing to let others people suffer and die for political advantage. And they won't open their mouths until after the midterms. So I'm going to go around them, just like President Trump ran around the mainstream media and posted on Twitter. I'm going to go around them. I'm going to get on the biggest podcast in the country, Joe Rogan, and you guys are going to help me. I'm going to tell this story to 100 million people and see what they have to say about that.
So what do we do?
Well, it says right here, you go to joerogan.com/contact. You just tell them to go to bobbypowell.substack.com and find me. I'm really easy to find. Much to the chagrin of my fiance. Ever since that dude tried to blow us up, she's been worried. I'm like, honey, he's gone. Oh, actually, he's not gone. I've got something else I can share with you. This dude, not that one. Yeah, that is it. Okay, it's close enough. The same kid that attacked the rally in Clearwater was filmed in Washington, D.C., attacking barriers and assaulting police officers there. That's him right there. His name's Garrett James Smith. Now, here's the interesting part. Half an hour before that, he was on a bus, Hippies for Trump, I think it was called. They pulled everybody off the bus. They arrested the driver and a couple of other people for drugs and guns. They let this kid go so that he could continue on wreaking mayhem in Washington, D.C. Okay, so the FBI let him intervened and let him go, and he went on to do that. Then after he was arrested in Pinellas County, the FBI swoops in a week later, and all of a sudden the Pinellas County bomb squad are a bunch of amateurs, right? They don't know what the heck they're doing. And the FBI and ATF declared that the nail-wrapped pipe bomb that Garrett James Smith had brought to that rally was in reality nothing more than a harmless novelty smoke device, and they let him go. So that kid is still out there today, an asset of the FBI. You don't think that the FBI uses little punks like Antifa as what they call kites? Okay, well, a kite is an asset that the federal government can use to do their dirty work and then cut the string and the kite floats away, right? So any connection to the government is there is none. They just use these kids, and you know, it just is what it is. So if anybody has any questions, please let me answer them.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Years ago, when I invented My Pillow, I was faced with every adversity you could think of. No retailers wanted to sell My Pillow. That's come full circle. Vendors took advantage of me, and I was copied by China. Well, by the grace of God, I was able to get through all that and learn from it. I have a passion to help other U.S. entrepreneurs, and that's why I created my new platform, mystore.com. We have hundreds of products from amazing entrepreneurs, and to celebrate, I'm going to put My Pillows on mystore.com right now. You can get my standard My Pillows regularly $69.98, now only $19.98 with your promo code. Or you can get my standard queen size, regular $79.98, now only $29.98. Or you can get my premium king size, regularly $89.98, now only $34.98. So go to mystore.com and use that promo code on your screen to get huge discounts on all My Store products. Thank you and God bless.
And I don't want no one to cry, but tell them if I don't survive, I was born free. I was born free. I was born free. Born free.
Now, I'm standing here today telling you God's truth, speaking in the name of and with the authority of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I am telling you the truth. It was the FBI and not Trump supporters who led the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th.
Like an untamed stallion, if you can't see my heart, you must be blind. You can knock me down and watch me bleed, but you can't keep no chains on me. I was born free. I was born free.
Trump's people know about this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they have a plan.
You think so? I'm not so sure about that.
Okay, anyone have questions?
What was it? Weren't you just on Stu Peters?
I was, yes.
Everybody can share that video on
Okay. What did you just ask me, sir?
Trump speaking.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is Peter Tickton. That's Peter Tickton. It's not very good. Okay, there we go. I'll just talk real slow, gentle. That's Peter Tickton, President Trump's attorney. He put out a call on the Gateway Pundit for a video that might be beneficial to the president. And I got in my truck and I drove 3 hours and put it right straight in his hot little hand. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, do you know Kathy Chamberlain? Are you familiar?
I do, yes.
Okay, with Jeremy that's running for, okay, I figured you did.
Yeah, Jeremy's one reason why I'm doing this, because
I figured.
yeah, these political prisoners, especially a hero like Jeremy, a two-time Bronze Star recipient, being treated this way. And he was only arrested after he published audio of the FBI trying to get him to spy on the Oath Keepers.
Exactly.
So, you know, they're just dirty as heck. And somebody's got to stand up to them. That's what I'm doing.
I've heard it said that there's some 42, 43 FBI informants that were originally on the FBI's list to be arrested, and then those names magically disappeared. Can you talk about that or have any information on that?
I do. I've been in consultation with an attorney by the name of Brad Geyer. He's one of the January 6 attorneys that is handling quite a few of these cases. And he's identified over 80 undercover federal agents on the east side of the Capitol alone. None of these men have ever had their videos or pictures uploaded to the internet by the FBI or what's called the Sedition Hunters website. The Sedition Hunters website is the FBI. Okay, they're just pretending like they're a bunch of leftists like Antifa, okay, and they want to, you know, people that wouldn't normally talk to the FBI will gladly talk to a fellow leftist, right? Okay, so yeah, if a leftist is hesitant to get on the FBI.gov website, they go to the Sedition Hunters website, and then they upload whatever video that they've got. Sedition Hunters website won't upload my video either. Okay, so that's how I know that they're run by the FBI or influenced by them in some major way.
Hi, thank you for sharing this story. My biggest frustration on what you're saying is all of the Republicans who understand what's happening and they're keeping quiet. How do we put pressure on them so that this is not politically advantageous to them anymore? Because from my position, I feel like we don't have a voice because they're all paid off by big money. So it doesn't really matter because as long as they get the big money for their marketing, all of us are going to read their stupid postcards and just believe anything and vote for whoever they tell us to vote for. How do we stop being pawns in this game?
Well, you have to do what I do, and you have to be the squeaky wheel. Okay, I've been dragging these people all over the internet for 18 months. And it's finally getting some traction. Dan Bongino on his show the other day called me a liar. He said that he had never seen my video, but I just showed you the receipts, the United States Postal Service receipts signed for by Dan Bongino. So I guess we know who the liar is now, don't we?
So here's my question. Yeah. I would think that this would be very beneficial to the attorneys that are defending the people that are on January 6th, that you get it into the docket, right? Now it's in the record in the federal lawsuit that cannot be denied. Right. I'm sure they're going to vet the film, make sure it's original. But that's another way, another avenue is that you get stuff in the docket, give it to the attorneys that are defending these guys that are illegally held without due process. Is it on that direction?
You are in the right direction. I have given the video to over 130 January 6th attorneys. How about that? Well, it's not that nobody's done anything, but the wheels of justice turn slowly. Okay, the court of public opinion is instantaneous. I guarantee you that if everybody in this room gets on Twitter tonight and tags old Dan Bongino in one of my videos. You'll find them if you look for Bobby Powell plus Dan Bongino. They're all over the place. You drag that guy through the mud until he comes clean and does the right thing. That's the only way that you are going to get anything done. You have to be the squeaky wheel. You have to be the person that won't shut up until the mission is accomplished. Okay, we're not playing a game here, kids. If you don't believe it, our country was attacked by elements within and without on November 3rd and January 6th. Greg Phillips, I don't know if you know who he is, runs the pit. They're out there in Arizona doing all the voter irregularities. What just came out today was the Chinese have their hands so deep in our voting system, it's crazy. As a matter of fact, D&I Radcliffe said that same thing just before Biden took office. He said that the Chinese had their hands, Chinese and the Ukrainians of all people, had their hands in our elections through the internet. I personally talked to a friend of mine, Pat Colbeck, a state senator up in Michigan. He was a poll watcher at the TCF Center in Detroit. And Pat Colbeck is a literal rocket scientist who designed the computer cabling for the International Space Station. He found a T1 wire connecting all of the machines in the TCF Center to the internet. Okay, this case was never heard. The fake news keeps on saying, well, it's debunked. It's never been heard in a court of law.
Where's the Supreme Court?
Where's the Supreme Court?
There are checks and balances, they claim.
Sir, 40 years ago, maybe so.
I wanted to double check your address.
Sure.
BobbyPowell.substack.com?
Yes, BobbyPowell.substack.com, that's correct.
So I just sent that to Joe Rogan. If everyone wants to do that tonight, now, that would help a lot if it all arrives at the same time.
It sure would.
Bobby Powell what? Bobby?
Let me pull that up for you again here real quick so everybody gets to see it. There.
So I sent that to him just based on what you just gave me there. That took 2 seconds.
Thank you.
And
Rogan.contact.
FYI, when I saw Vern Buchanan, I asked him about the January 6th thing, and he said it wasn't on his committee. He only does Social Security stuff.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I heard from Jack Bergman up in Michigan. I'm not on the right committee. I'm like, horse hooey. You're a United States Congressman. Find a doggone microphone. This is treason.
Did you let the... We have another question back here. Pete?
Bob, I'm sure you thought of this. You weren't, and thank God you made it out of there okay, first of all. That was a feat of itself. But anyway, you weren't the only one there with a video camera.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm wondering, have you connected with others who have to put together footage and maybe doubled and tripled and quadrupled your efforts?
I have. That's with Attorney Brad Geyer and the 130 other attorneys. We're all pooling our footage and poring over it. We've got teams of people identifying people that have changed clothes at some point. I'll tell you what, I really can't wait to get that 14,000 hours worth of surveillance footage that they won't release. So that's going to tell us a lot. But yeah, through the efforts of these 130 attorneys, they've identified 80.
Speaking of Mike, sorry, Bobby.
Through the efforts of these 130 attorneys, they've identified 80 undercover agents at the Capitol on January 6th. And that's just on the east side.
Okay, we have time for like 2 more questions or so, ma'am. Hold on. 5 minutes? Okay, we got 5 minutes, so we got a couple more questions.
Good.
Here you go, ma'am.
Will you walk us through exactly how to do that?
How to do what?
How to contact Joe Rogan?
What do you like us to say?
Well, the joerogan.com is his website, and then you put a slash behind joerogan.com, and the word contact, and a form will pull up, and it will show you how you just say, what do you want to say? So you just fill out the form.
And what do you want us to say?
Tell them to go find Bobby Powell. There's only 3 of us. There's me, there's an old blues singer from the 50s, and there's a black state senator from over on the east side of Florida. So I don't think you're going to confuse us.
You know what you can do? Please attach the video from today
You have another question back there, Bob?
Okay, that's another thing I might want to mention. At my website, bobbypowell.substack.com, you will find a Dropbox link that contains all of the video that I recorded on the east side of the Capitol on January 6th. I am waiving copyright for anybody to download it and re-upload it on their own, create their own original content. I don't care about getting paid on this. Okay, it's just, this has to get out there, and I need an army of motivated patriots to get it done.
Will you publish that list somewhere of all the people that you sent this to? You had that list up there. Is there a list so that if we want to write letters, we can blast them out?
It's at bobbypowell.substack.com. I will show you real quickly the webpage in particular that you are looking for.
I want to.
You have another question here, Bobby?
Bobby.
Okay, here's the webpage that you want to be going to. It says, huge list of never Trump rhinos, journalists, suppressing evidence the FBI attacked the Capitol on January 6th. So that's what you want to look for. That also has Sebastian Gorka. I've known his wife, Catherine, for years. I gave her the video on January 12th of 2021 and kept her updated for over a year. Gave Sebastian Gorka another copy of CPAC, and he blocked me on Twitter and threatened to call the police on me. But yeah, you can see right here, it says you can download this raw video right here. Okay, so anybody that wants the raw video without any music or anything like that, just go there and you can download it. But yeah, the whole list is here. Everybody that I've given it to, President Trump's lawyer, Peter Tickton, the videos. Oh, this is another guy from Fox News, Will Riccardella. He's a senior Fox digital producer. I asked him, to be clear, you're not interested in this footage? And Will Riccardella says, not at all. And I said, oh, okay, have a great night. These people are dumb. I'm telling you.
Why are they waiting for November?
Well, she says, I think they're scared, and I think you may be right, but I don't think that they're scared for the right reasons.
No, I don't either.
They're scared to lose their Fox News paycheck. And,
we have another question over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Bobby. Okay. At least half of us in a room want to do something right now, and we can. Get out our phone, joerogan.com/contact. I saw half of us do that. 2 more steps. Name, address. Subject line is very critical. 1/4 of this room, we're marketing people. We have a critical tagline in the subject for Joe Rogan. In unison, for those of us who've done this for campaigns and other things, we have a unified subject line to the point, exactly what 3-word subject line you want us all to use to get Joe's attention. What?
I have literally tried every combination of attention-grabbing headline.
Your name, Bobby Powell video?
No, that won't do it. I'm not that famous.
JoeRogan.com, would you say?
JoeRogan.com/contact. It goes right to where you can autofill your name. We need the exact subject line you want us all to use so we can be in unison. We're good at this.
Yeah, the internet.
What subject line?
J6 video.
Lawmakers suppressing J6 video.
Okay, a little slower.
Yeah.
Lawmakers suppressing J6 video.
J6 video. Okay, and then we got lawmakers suppressing J6 video. And subject line, you want us to copy and paste something from somewhere else?
Well, I thought that was the subject line.
Excuse me, there's a comment box underneath that allows 25 words or less. Anything in there?
Just go see Bobby and put my Substack in there. to bring that
Yeah, but we're doing it right now. I mean, we only have so much time.
I can actually embed this in the homepage of our website. How does that sound, folks? That all right? Okay, so all you got to do, tonight it'll be embedded on the homepage of our website, which is manateepatriots.us. Just put that. I'll even have the subject line in there already. So all you have to do is put in your message and hit return. Okay? So that way it might be a little easier than phones. Any other question? We got time for 2 more questions. Hold on, Mr. Grescott.
Is it true that there's about 6 big monetary people or companies that own most of the news companies? Like BlackRock?
Yes.
So all we're going to get out of Fox News is what they allow them to say?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't believe any mainstream media. Everybody's got their little spin. Eric Bolling was fired from Fox News in 2014. The excuse that Fox News gave was because he sent sexually inappropriate pictures around to his friends. The only problem is that wasn't true. Eric Bolling outed Senator John McCain on an episode of The Five as supplying weapons to Syrian terrorists. He had the pictures to show it, and they wouldn't allow him to put it on the program. So he complained about it. They made up some kind of scandal and canned him.
And our president,
people are dirty.
And President Trump cannot speak on Fox anymore.
Nope. He has not spoken on Fox in over 110 days.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Jeannie already asked one, so if no one else does it. Sorry? You have one too? All right. Wait, we got too many questions. All right, 3 more questions. That's it, all right? It's got to be fast, though, okay? Fast, okay.
You said you're from Michigan. The word is that the FBI guy that was in charge of the fake Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping was promoted and taken to D.C. and the FBI, and now he's running over the J6 thing?
He sure was.
So does he have anything to do with this raid on Mar-a-Lago?
He sure did.
Great.
Hold on, we got a quick question over here, and one more.
Bobby, what part do you think SpaceX will play in clearing up a lot of this?
You mean Elon Musk?
No. The Space Force.
Space Force, okay.
I'm sorry.
You know, I really don't know. I'm a journalist. I know what I can see. I can't see Space Force. They don't make their activities known to me. So I hope they're up there keeping us safe from the aliens and whatnot. But other than that, I can't comment.
Okay, this is super quick. So when Jeremy Brown came and spoke recently, I contacted our commissioners and I asked them to make a resolution to speak out against what happened in January 6th, and they all ignored me because it's not their purview. Do you think it would be beneficial for us to pressure our local politicians who are completely ignoring it and pretending like they are on our side, but they don't come out against it? Does that benefit us in any way?
I would say that a couple of phone calls to Vern Buchanan and Greg Steube might make life a little bit uncomfortable for them. Let them know that they have seen this video, and let them know that you are watching, and let them know that you're not very happy.
If you're going to be at the Young Republicans meet and greet tomorrow night, and you happen to see some of these representatives, you may want to mention something. We're most powerful, folks, right before an election. Okay, so remember that. Okay, so anyway, how about a round of applause for our featured speaker today, Mr. Bobby Powell. Thank you so much. Bobby, thank you. Excellent.
Well, I hope you guys liked that. I sure did enjoy it. I want to thank the folks at the Manatee Patriots Trump Club for inviting me to speak. If there's any other groups out there that might have watched this that would like to have me speak at your event, just contact me at ttiv2013@gmail.com and we'll see what we can arrange. Don't really charge anything for speaking. Just, hook me up with gas money and I'll be there. I'm not in this to make money. But you know what? It does cost money to do what I do. Everything that you've seen over the last 2 hours costs money to produce. So if you have it within your ability, go to givesendgo.com/Bobby Powell and throw me a couple of bucks. Or you can go to Substack, bobbypowell.substack.com, and subscribe to my blog. It's free. okay? But you can buy a paid subscription. At the moment, you're not going to get anything extra if you get a paid subscription. I'll be upfront and honest with you, but you will have the knowledge that you are contributing towards the fight. I don't mind walking point, kids, but I need your help to get this mission done. So thank you for watching The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell, and as always, God bless, Semper Fi, and Hoorah. I will see you when I see you.
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking, living life like a firecracker, quick as my fuse, then dead as a death, back the colors I choose.
That's all, folks.